This is the greatest spectacle in racing, and today, one of these drivers will do something we will never, ever forget.
Green, green, green.
Simon Pagenaud, the pole sitter in the bright yellow Menard Chevrolet, gets a terrific start. Ed Carpenter, Spencer Pigot, and then Will Power trying to go around the outside, and he does. The reigning Indy 500 champion gets a terrific start.
3 wide down the front straightaway.
Power and Newgarden teammates. Side by side, that is brave from Will Power to work the outside.
Side. Through 1 and 2 in the short shoot. Will is not giving it up.
Track is clean right now. You might not be able to get away with that later in the race, and Spencer Pigot is going to have another go.
Almost in the grass. 2
Slingshots up the inside. Spencer Pigot on Newgarden, the points leader.
Oh, he had to get out of it big time. It pushed up real bad on him there. It almost took off into the wall. He had to get out of the throttle.
Colton Herta's got an issue. The 19-year-old has run into trouble.
So they've been telling him for the last lap, emergency mode, emergency mode. Guys, what usually are we talking about?
Ignition failure, something with the electronic box. We don't know where he is on the track, whether he'll make it to the pit lane or not. He might end up getting a tow.
You could hear the team desperately telling Colton to clutch the car. Don't let it drag down in gear. Coast as best you can. That's their only hope as Ryan Hunter-Reay challenges his teammate Marco Andretti in that bright Mario Andretti paint scheme, that bright orange.
Will Power has moved up to 3rd. Newgarden in 5th. Pagenaud still in the lead. Carpenter happy to just chase and make the fuel mileage that it's going to take to win this race.
Canadian fans rejoice.
Oh, we got a yellow.
James Hinchcliffe has made up 8 positions. Here is the yellow. Colton Herta stranded on lap 6 of 200.
Tell him to tow you to pit road.
We are back right on time as the green flies here in Indy to restart the 103rd running of the Indianapolis 500. Simon Pagenaud has Ed Carpenter and Will Power. Here goes Power around the outside.
Will Power move on the outside, but if you do that later in the race, you will end up in the wall. The track is clean right now, and he's taking a look at his teammate, Townsend.
Further back, Alexander Rossi was flat trying to dump Sebastian Bourdais and Ed Jones. Bourdais came back on him. There's Bourdais in that bright neon yellow Coinvassar-Sullivan car, but Rossi's having a charge while Ed Jones has fallen further back. Jones has lost 4 positions from the start.
These are the first 2 Hondas right here in 6th and 7th. Right now, it's all Chevys up front.
By the way, during that caution period, Felix Rosenquist, Marco Andretti, Sage Karam did hit pit lane. Ed Carpenter, 3rd car in shot with a good look at Will Power.
This is a good protection mode for Penske. They've got 2 of their cars now sitting in front of the Ed Carpenter cars, so it's team against team right now.
I'm going to take you back not that long ago. Check this out between Jack Harvey, James Hinchcliffe.
Oh, that's as tight as you get. You couldn't put a piece of paper between the wall and James Hinchcliffe. He just ran out of room there, so pretty brave to stick it on the outside right there. Davison sideways in the pits with Scott Dixon coming in right now. This could really hurt Dixon.
Total disaster for Davison, who was having a great run in the top 10.
So important to get a good exit out of the pit lane. You can win or lose a race on how fast you are, but look at Elio coming down the slow lane. Davison goes to come into his box. He just runs right in the back of him. I wonder if he's got damage. Look at that tire, almost went into the crowd as well. But
almost went onto the front straightaway. Elio trying to get sneaky and then gets caught out, not realizing that Davison had to get to his pit box.
Very, very lucky for those crew guys. And
by the way, I think Davison missed his box altogether. I think he didn't realize where it was, got confused. Look at Davison's guys waving.
Oh, lucky that tire didn't go out onto the track.
I say I was intrigued to see when Will Power was going to pit, and that's happening right now because just a couple of laps ago, he was 7 miles an hour off the pace. He must have had something happen, and he was plummeting. Here's Power stop.
Last year's winner slides in, and he's crooked, and this is going to cost them time. They'll have to back up Will Power. Critical mistake on pit lane for last year's winner, trying to become the first in almost 20 years to win a second year in a row. They'll still do the turn of road wing, and Power's released.
And a big wing change as well, but guys, he hit a couple pit crew members in there, and that could draw a penalty for hitting your equipment as well.
Oh!
Kyle Kaiser loses it, probably coming out of the pits. It looks like it damages the front.
This is the Juncos Chevrolet. This was the fairy tale story of qualifying. This is the young Californian who bounced and bumped Fernando Alonso out of the Indy 500. The car was sponsorless before that effort, and now it has so many, but this fairy tale has come to an end.
Yeah, he was just way up high, up in the dirty part of the track. He was lucky that he didn't just push right out into the wall, but he lost it, had it straightened out almost like a Danny Sullivan, a spin and win, but then he got away from him and it went up the track and hit the outside of turn 2 wall.
And look at Will Power with the best view of the accident, just pedals the car out. That's right at the entrance, I think, to turn 2. I think that happened in the short shoot between turns 1 and 2. Let's watch it again. Luckily, he bled a lot of speed off in the slide and the spin before he finally impacted the wall. Kyle Kaiser up and out of his car, assisted by the AMR safety team. He looks to be all right. Now this yellow, it's tough to say it helps Rosenqvist. He was about to make his next stop in second.
So there has been so much happening over the last few minutes. Kyle Kaiser and the Juncos Chevrolet into the wall. Jordan King in the Rahal Letterman Lanigan Honda hitting one of the team personnel. Look at this. Front right tire changer ready to go, and King just comes sliding awkwardly into his pit box.
Yeah, it just looked like he misjudged the entry.
And that you're basically, there's nothing he can do. So he got hit by the tire right on the hip right there and took it out right from underneath of him. So hard hit from a big rear tire.
Green, green, green is the call, and Pagenaud has taken off.
Huge jump, but Pagenaud has lap cars between him and Carpenter. There's Servia and Jordan King. Here comes Ed Carpenter on the charge.
Pagenaud really needs somebody to dance with, to swap the lead with, but it's not going to be Ed Carpenter. He's going to want the lead, but Pagenaud said to me before the race, I'm going to be on attack mode all day, but that's costing him fuel.
Look at Spencer Pigot go through the pack, that bright yellow helmet. Scott Dixon's in the mix. Have a look at this, Graham Rahal, Ryan Hunter-Reay.
4 wide down the back straightaway. Who's going to go to the outside?
On board with Rahal.
Still there.
These guys know it's been so difficult. Once things spread out, you have to make some magic happen on a restart. Lots of guys going big right now. This is close and dicey.
All right, Scott Dixon is going to cycle in a pair in just a moment as we see Alexander Rossi getting some more track position, chasing down Simon Pagenaud. Dixon is in the pit lane, once again going longer than everyone else, so he's got options to go. Scott Dixon is back out with Speedway Fuel and Firestones.
Rossi's car is on fire right now. He is making moves. He came out behind Newgarden, and he's going to make a move for the lead, and it'll be the first pass, and he backs off. Let's see if he goes forward in turn 2.
Pagenaud just squeezed and closed that door on the front straight wall.
Alexander Rossi coming down pit road. Kevin, I believe control of this race has shifted from Simon Pagenaud on that run to this guy. Alexander Rossi said he needs to be a little bit better through traffic. On a spin on pit road.
Marcus Ericsson.
Marcus Ericsson on pit road. Rossi finishing up his stop here for fresh Firestone tires. And a problem for Rossi. They are having a problem here on pit road. They cannot get the fuel to plug in. Remember earlier they had to double clutch it when the fuel got plugged in. They have 2 guys trying to plug the fuel in. Alexander Rossi slamming his fist against the steering wheel. That was a 23-second stop, and they had just
and a yellow flag flies. A yellow flag comes out as well.
Get on top of it.
I don't think I have ever seen Rossi flip out like that. This is what happened to Ericsson, the rookie, the lead rookie.
Locked it up. Wow. On the brakes, on the downshift, hit the nose and the rear wing. So that's a lot of damage right there. Comes sailing in here, and you just see on those downshifts, the car's light, got no downforce, and it locks the rears when you do the downshift. Let's watch this with the fuel. We'll be able to see the fueler struggle here. And it's just not flowing any fuel. He's plugging it, nothing's going.
Wonder if that's the dead man valve on the tank. He looks back to see if in fact it's a tank issue. That poor fueler can't figure out why gas is not going through the hose.
No fuel. I don't even think he got any fuel the way it's looking.
Pull out, go back in.
There it goes. There's the fuel just filled, but it took forever to fill that car. For some reason, there was no fuel flow coming out of that tank.
This is a cool guy. Very understated. You don't see Rossi flip out like this. With just over 50 laps to go.
Here comes
Rossi. He got a good run at that.
Oh!
He's going to the outside. He might get all three of these cars going into one.
3 wide, almost 4 wide. It's Pagenaud, Carpenter, Joseph Newgarden, Sebastian Bourdais, and Alexander Rossi. They keep their original order. Championship leader, Joseph Newgarden, the 2017 champion.
I see a car that's perfectly balanced right now.
Looks great. Very little wheel in the middle of the corner. Hands are very steady. Let's see if he makes any adjustment on the straightaway. So no adjustments. Newgarden is happy.
He's pulling up hard right there. He backs it off, checks it up on the throttle. Pagenaud gets away at the apex, but you got to time that just right. Getting off the corner, you got to chase him down on the exit like he's doing right here. Nice run again, but he might run out of time.
He's coming.
Oh, he's going for it.
To the lead, Joseph Newgarden for the first time. And the crowd love it. The championship leader is out in front.
He says, what's he doing?
He's
Rossi
furious.
says, what's he doing? He needs to get back to the lead group. And Serbia's a lap down in the mix.
Marty?
Alexander Rossi is livid. He said, does he not know he's a lap down? What is he doing? Screaming on the radio, knowing time is running out with 47 to go.
Quite often in the NTT IndyCar Series, Oriol Serbia drives the pace car.
He almost drives him into the wall.
Rossi has got his hand out of the cockpit. He is furious.
Oh, that was crazy.
Not good news for the cars in front of Rossi to have Rossi that mad because he's going to be coming that hard.
Now he's got to run on Bourdais. Connor Daly moves up another position, up into 4th. This is the best race of Connor Daly's life.
Inside move for the lead. Alexander Rossi takes the Napa Auto Parts Honda to the lead.
Pagenaud now needs to save fuel. He can't let Rossi go. Oh, we got a crash. And that is what Pagenaud needed when he was in the lead.
Sebastian Bourdais is in it. Sebastian Bourdais, Felix Rosenquist, Zach Veach, Charlie Kimball. This is huge.
Pagenaud needed that to happen about 5 seconds beforehand.
Will Power tiptoeing through. What has happened here? This is an ugly scene with 23 laps to go.
The car coming out of the pits. He gets a run, gets down the inside, and he's just, they touch wheels and they touch. So he was obviously upset with Sebastian Bourdais that he turned in on him when he was there. Yeah, just two guys going for the same piece of road. They touch on the entry there. Bourdais holding his line, and Graham got it in there, and Bourdais turned in. He's in the grass.
I don't know if Bourdais holding his line as much as is kind of giving him a little bit of the squeeze going down the back straightaway.
Folks, remember that this is over 220 miles an hour.
And look at Bourdais, tries to catch the slide, but it's too late. Car's gone, and at this point, Graham's up in the dirt and can't see anything in the tire smoke.
And then the guys in the back in that tire smoke, you can't see. Look at all these guys. They're all hard.
That was Rosenquist just flat lost it.
Yeah, hard on the brakes. You can't see, and you're on the brakes, and the rear end comes out from you. Those guys are just trying to lock it down and trying not to hit anything.
Look at Hunter Ray trying to, just avoid Kimball.
Oh, he pops out way early. Could that be the finish at the line? He's ahead. 3 to go.
Rossi makes it stick. Now it's Pagenaud's turn to hang on.
Pagenaud's got to recover and not let Sato get by.
Rossi's gone. Rossi has gone.
Sato right there. He's got to recover and draft back up.
Come back on that rear bar now. Turn the lead.
Good information from the spotter. You've got to adjust the race car for clean air. Rossi now tuning his car, and here comes Pagenaud.
That was a big turn 3 by Pagenaud.
2 laps to go in the 103rd running of the Indianapolis 500. Is it going to be Rossi? Is it going to be Pagenaud?
Gearbox. That's your gearbox making the move outside. Still there. All clean.
Pagenaud's got to just set this up for turn 3 and 4. I think it's going to come down to the checkered flag, but Sato is back in the mix. He's right there on the tail of Pagenaud. And here he comes, Lee.
Might happen going to 3.
Pagenaud had a great turn 3 last time. Simon Pagenaud takes the lead in the Indy 500 with 1.25 laps to go.
Wow. Coming to the white flag. He's got a nice gap, but he's got to hang on the rest of the lap.
This little bubble of clean air might help Rossi get a big run through turns 1 and 2.
Final lap, and it's a 3-way shootout. Is Sato even in it? Here comes Rossi. Rossi is clawing Simon Pagenaud back out of turn 2. Down the backstretch for the final time. And Pagenaud's trying to run away, and Rossi's not letting it happen.
Still single file.
Rossi on the high line. He has to take it back in. The short shoot.
Clear by 2.
Rossi's going to have a massive draft on Simon Pagenaud into the home stretch. Less than half a mile. Simon Pagenaud sweeps the month of May and wins his maiden Indy 500. How about that?
Good drive there, buddy. Awesome job. You're the man. Love you, superstar.
He is the man.
Simon, 1, 2, 3. Hell of a ride. Good job.
That was Roger Penske, and the 1, 2, 3 is the GP, the pole position, and the 500 win.
No, you won there, buddy.
The 18th Indy 500 victory for Team Penske and the captain, Roger Penske.
Hey Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.